we're looking at stats and how that works in this course, and it's probably a good thing to actually think about what stats are and what do we use them for. Now, we use them all the time in life, and I think sometimes they slip underneath the radar and we just accept a few things as being, yeah, that must be true because the stats tell us that. Now, stats involves three components. One is collecting the data, which is the data collection. So one is collecting data, one is organising it, and the other one is interpreting it. So often we'll collect data in a survey, we'll organise it maybe in tables, and then using some other measures, which might be stuff like the average, etc. And then we interpret. And so what we do is we actually gather, organise and interpret, and these two things go really closely together, and out of that we draw our conclusions. So you can think about something like in sport, like in AFL football, they track the number of hits and touches that someone has, number of tackles, number of goals, and then they rank that up and they can give a whole lot of comparisons about how they performed this week compared to that week, and they do that with the whole teams as well. So there's lots and lots of sporting data out there that you can see, and they use that for improving themselves, and also they love to talk about it on a football show and stuff like that. Governments use stats a lot. They collect the information, they then interpret it, and then they make decisions about what's going to happen in the future. So that's stuff like roads and rail transport and those kind of things are based on the data that they get in. Australia has a survey every 4 years that surveys everyone in Australia, and that's called a census. The census is asking everyone at the same time on a certain day about how many people live in their house, how you get to work, all those kind of things. And then from that, the government makes some calls about what to do in the future for hospitals and schools and those kind of things. And also stats are used a lot about household goods. Whenever you buy something, they'll give you some sort of warranty. Now, in that warranty, they'll say, okay, if it breaks down before the end of 12 months, we'll replace it, it'll be fantastic. But if it breaks after 12 months, bad luck, you haven't got anything to stand on. So with the warranty, they set the warranty based on their stats. So if they make it too big, the warranty is too long, they're going to have everything being returned, and they're going to be losing money. If they make it too small, no one's going to have confidence in their product. So that's why these warranties and these stats are good. So what does that mean for us as a person and in everyday stats? Now, what often happens is in the advertiser, they have these polls. And if you have a look at this one here, it was one about talking about the bikie gangs. It says, should the government be tougher on bikie laws? And it comes down to resulting, yes, we need to be tougher. And you think, fantastic. Look at the arrow there. Look at this arrow here. It says to me, we need to be tougher. It's fantastic. But then when you look a bit closer, it says 87% have said yes, which means 13% said no. So you go, fantastic. 13% of the people saying no, 87% say yes, we need to do something about it. But when you look at the number of people that were surveyed, there's only 40 people that were surveyed. So are these 40 people representative of everyone in Adelaide, or everyone in South Australia, or everyone that reads the advertiser? Is it valid? We need to question those kind of things. Does everyone believe this, or is this just a small portion of the population? I'd be saying that 40 people isn't a very good sample. Is this what you think? Do you agree with this? So we've got to have a look at all these things in here about, does this survey here, with this little graph, represent what everyone says? And if not, how can we make it better? We'll be looking at those things in stats as we go through.